So there's one thing to be out in the open, vulnerable and expressive, and then to get judged or punished for it, right? There's a whole other layer to it that is even more profoundly scary, that if you stand up for yourself and protect yourself and fight back against that punishment or judgment, you're going to get judged and punished for that as well. And that's what kind of made the whole idea, as it hit me, like really potent, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, I'm trying to do these things that feel really true to me, that I feel really good about, that I want to offer and share with invitation and graciousness. And I've got to be ready for people to judge me. I've got to be ready for people to deliver that judgment to me in form of punishment. Like they're going to explicitly and directly say that I'm doing something wrong and therefore I should lose for it. That's terrible in and of itself. But then when you also have a spirit in you that says, but I know that I'm doing something really good for myself and potentially for others if they choose it, and I'm going to fight against that judgment for that. And then there's a fear of being punished for fighting for yourself. Then we're talking about something that moves from fear to terror, right? Fear makes you defensive and makes you get ready to handle danger. Terror freezes you. And that's part of the reason why people will double and triple down on that judgment and punishment, because they see your strength rising. They know they've got you scared, but you're still in action and you're willing to fight. And if I can terrorize you, then you're going to freeze and you're going to stop fighting. And then I can completely control you. You have no autonomy. You have no choices left. And all of those things are the effect of shame. Right? Shame is where I get you to a place where you believe me, you go into agreement with me about my judgment of your diminishing value. I'm saying it to you, and then you say it to yourself, to the point where when I've really fully shamed someone, I don't have to say anything anymore. You'll shame yourself. You'll just do it automatically. Anytime you try to make a move forward, you'll catch yourself, stop yourself, and shut yourself down. NAP is an antidote to shame. Right? Breaking down the process of how people use shame, how they're taught to use shame, because that's where shame comes from. It's a taught behavior. It's not a natural human emotion. Embarrassment, conscience, those things reside in the natural, naturally in the psyche of a human being, but shame does not, because shame's goal is to disconnect you from your worth and then isolate you, right? Which is where the power of that idea of being the only one comes from. If I make you feel like you're the only one with that problem, Rand, gosh, there you are. You're all by yourself. You're the only one who has that problem, Tanya. You're the only one who has that problem, Linda. Well, then you feel pretty desperate and weak, because in that isolation, in our DNA, we're terrified of being isolated, because we know that isolation, in terms of early human development, meant death. Like if you were cut off from the tribe, you were dead. That's how powerful it is. So I just wanted to kind of put a bit of a framework in there around that and put some specific clarity in our understanding of why these things that we're poking into can feel so big. And that's why we're allowed to take our time and go, yeah, you know what? That one might be a bit steep. I'm going to start with this, right? Because if you can learn to handle it one piece at a time, you take all that power back.
And now that Dana's been very eloquent about what he said, I'm going to follow it up with this, which is if any part of your 40 million bits of data part of your brain is not convinced that shame, that you were not born with shame, that someone taught it to you at some point, this is my proof for you. If you have ever changed a baby and the
There we
baby
go.
has peed on you,
Yep. Or otherwise.
they will laugh
Oh, yeah.
because they think it's delightful.
Yep.
And they think it's even funnier if you start sputtering because they somehow managed to pee in your face. They're not ashamed. They just think it's hilarious.